But now, okay, I know that's person, place, a thing. I'm in it just now. But I know that now, man. But now, okay, I know that's person, place, a thing. The ground, a place I never wanna go again. Smile, remember I was down, I never did. It's up if you ain't down, are you out, or you in? My mom, girl, you know I love you to the end. My little boy, I'ma teach you how to be a man. Never run, stand tall, son, hold 10. A street nigga, that what everybody be portraying. A gangster, that what everybody wanna be. Till they wake up, till one of they partners on the team. Turn the same up, riding on your man was never cheap. Streets never love you, so ain't no love for the street. I ain't never wanna lose, either up or we even. Through the mud, it was you, they show me love, now I'm clean. I forever love you, but won't let love have me beat. Can't be fucked up with you, I need a home, gotta beat. Told her if it's gonna be like this, then we should be single. I'ma look for somebody else if I leave her. So then I guess I'm single, don't wanna mingle. I'm gone, dog, running free out to my leash. I'm about Felicia, just need the root to all evil. The plug, he just hit my phone, y'all can let me feed you them bands. You just gotta carry sand like the bees do. I'm talking cash, do you understand? I'm bilingual, chasing out the chips in the can like a Pringle. Why you love that bitch? If I want, come make her leave you. Flood the travel sticks if dogs wanna, they can swing through. Ain't hot, you heard these niggas tryna be you, yeah. Only one of me can't be no sequel, yeah, yeah. I just bought a Glock, clip see through, yeah. So you can see these bullets before they see you, yeah, yeah. Wherever you like at, these bullets meet you, yeah. Be on whole shit, I be on some more shit. Brand new Glock, folks say a melody. Fuck whoever doubted me, I flood my mouth with trophies. I'm shitting on my old bitch, especially. Bring up them bands, came from nothing, so now we got a ball. But now, okay, I know that's person, place, a thing. The ground, a place I never wanna go again. Smile, remember I was down, I never did. It's up if you ain't down, are you out, or you in? My mom, girl, you know I love you to the end. My little boy, I'ma teach you how to be a man. Never run, stand tall, son, hold 10. A street nigga, that what everybody be portraying.
Sign no claim if you trying to be a pussy. Told the plug when he called me, I ain't hiding, bitch. I think I been low one time in my life, and I shook him, sent a friend in the bag at the same time. On boogie, could've whacked your dog out when I seen him, it was easy. Rather whack him out, but he with you, double team. I think this a using fashion, bitch. You say you creamy. I don't keep niggas around a nigga that can skin. I don't care how many bonds you got, cause niggas out squilling. I don't care how many times you tell me you love me if I don't feel it. Niggas switch sign, why I don't put niggas in my business. You the thing about the dick, on the whole can't feel it. I had to learn. The older fucker boss, if you had a bag, I had to learn. For free and wanna fuck, you better smash. I had to learn. Before you spin the block, drop the mask, I had to learn. At the end of the day, it's all about the cash, I had to learn.
Okay, I know that's person, place, a thing. The ground, a place I never wanna go again. Smile, remember I was down, I never did. It's up if you ain't down, are you out, or you in? My mom, girl, you know I love you to the end, my little boy.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Hot Boy featuring Plies. Hot Boy, one of the hottest new young artists out in the Orlando area. What's going on, Pink?
Not too much, man. It's hump day. Have you humped today?
I have not humped.
Pitching a shutout.
If any females are listening, I haven't humped in a while. Listen.
Really? How long is the dry spell?
It's as long as they want it to be.
Somebody please step up and end the madness.
Please. I challenge you.
You get to pick the position. Bubba will comply.
On the bench with Bubba and Pink is home of sports, music, and mayhem.
There's a little bit of mayhem there.
That was a little bit of mayhem, man. We're on all podcast streaming platforms, including here on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe. Of course, as always, we have a fun and entertaining show. We have the Mud Podcast in the building.
First dual show.
That's right.
In show history.
In show history, man. It's always good to be the first. We don't want to leave out our guy.
Especially when you're on the train.
We don't want to leave out our guy, Just Black TV. We're going to do something official, but he's like a damn, he's a part of the show.
A part of the show.
Yeah, he's a part of the show. But you can catch Just Black TV on YouTube, but you can also catch Mud Podcast on YouTube. They're all on social media. It's just how it sounds. That's how you spell it. I'm sure you guys went to school. You have some schooling. You can easily, I don't have to spell that out, right?
Yeah.
Mud, M-U-D.
Have you ever gotten any mud on the helmet?
You know what? My jersey stayed clean, but I'm going to tell you something, man.
just not your actual football uniform.
Listen, man, there are advantages to having a clean uniform. All right.
There are. Yeah.
Yeah, there are. I don't have to track mud in the house when I'm coming back home from the game.
That's true.
Mom doesn't get mad and yell.
That's true.
Nobody has to waste gas to come to the games. There are advantages to having a clean
Especially
uniform.
during hard economic times.
That's right, man. We're going to be talking some NBA today, some NFL, and some verses, all of that good stuff. But listen, Pink, this is what's on my mind.
I'm always curious about what's on your mind.
Yeah. It's a lot of things that goes on in my brain and mind, man. I'm not going to touch the Ben Simmons thing directly. We talked about that.
You're just gonna give it a reach around?
We talked about that. Everybody knows that he's a whore of Babylon, and he's
A whore of Babylon.
But listen, what this is what I want to do. I think that the last few years, NBA agents they've had a terrible run, and because when I look at this Ben Simmons thing, his agent really screwed him during this process.
How so? What are we saying? He should have secured a trade already?
Well, first of all, he looks. It's like everything he does is without a plan, right? Because his original stance is, I am not playing another game in Philly. I'm not coming back to Philly.
Right.
I don't care how much money you guys, I lose. All righty? Trade me. Get the fuck rid of me. All right?
Right.
So, the very first fine that he received, the very first, I mean, he didn't wait till the second, third, the very first fine that he received, he's at the door.
Asking for his COVID test.
Asking for a COVID test. All right? And it's like, he's not showing up. He's not allowing teammates to come see him. It's like his image is taking a hit.
Well, for sure. But I guess when I look at this unfolding, I'm looking at it going, who the hell is making these decisions?
Who's advising him? His agent.
But no. I mean, is this where the agent might be saying some of the right things and Ben's just doing his shit on his own?
No, there's no way. He doesn't have a mind of his own. Seriously. He doesn't have a mind of his own. His trainer for the last 4 years has been his brother. Okay, he does whatever the people who are advising him tells him to do.
Well, but if that's the case, does he actually have a strong agent? Who's his agent? It's with Clutch, right?
Yeah, he's with Clutch. But that's not, and that's the thing, right?
But
this is not Clutch's first bad move.
What other bad moves did they have? Because this doesn't seem to be a part of the Clutch playbook.
No, it's a part of the Clutch playbook.
Who else is behaving?
So, Noel is coming out saying he's going to sue Clutch, right?
Nerlens Noel.
Nerlens Noel. Yeah. He made some really bad moves with him. It left a lot of money on the table. Told him to stay with the New York Knicks. And he lost a lot of money making that deal. So he's going to sue actually, about that. And other agents as far as what's our guy named, the guard, Dennis Schroeder. Not that he's with Clutch, but I'm just saying the run, the bad run the agents are making.
Stuff.
You know what I mean?
But I guess with Ben, I don't see. I mean, Clutch hasn't necessarily advised their players the way Ben's being handled. I think that you may have too many people involved in this.
You think so?
Yeah, I don't think there's one coherent person saying, I'm calling the shot, whether it's an agent, whether Ben's overriding agent. I think he's probably got his brother in his ear. I think he's got his own thing going, and I think his agent's probably there too, and it's just a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
There's no clear plan, and there's no discipline to the plan. And when I look at that, that's like you don't have a unified purpose.
Will is on Facebook saying that Ben Simmons is better than Russell Westbrook.
What
the fuck is going on with Will?
Right now, we could probably find 3 guys at Orangewood better than Russell Westbrook.
That what? No.
He's
hell
been
no.
terrible.
Hell no.
He has been terrible.
Westbrook is not and hasn't been for a very long time. He's not an effective point guard. He had 1 year or 2 where he was a decent NBA point guard. He doesn't make good decisions at the point guard position. But there are players at Winter Park High School that are part of an 0-8 team that are better than Ben Simmons. You can't play in professional sports with no heart, all right? I don't give a fuck about all NBA defensive stats and shit, man. That shit does not matter. Can you not see what it has given us for the last? I don't care, man. And then TJ Warren put 53 points on this guy's head. Don't tell me this guy's fucking elite defender when TJ Warren is scoring 53 points on you. Ben Simmons tries on defense during 82-game season when other players in the NBA just don't try as hard on the defensive end. It's just not that type of era. So, yeah, he's going to stand out a little more on that end because he prioritizes that, all right? But he's not some all-world defender. He's just not. He has the measurables. Ben Simmons is a top 5 in, like, measurables. You have the Greek Freak, you have LeBron, you have KD, and you have to throw Ben in that because he's fast as shit, he's tall as shit, he's strong as shit.
Right.
You know?
Right. No, I mean I get what you're
and
saying.
I'll still knock his ass out.
I just read what Will said. I didn't see the Ben Simmons comparison, but he just wrote a long post on Westbrook. And point by point, I didn't disagree.
No, Westbrook has his warts.
He's
man.
a mess, man. He's beyond. Like when he was at his peak, he had warts.
Yeah.
Right now, he has genital warts, and that's a whole nother level. When I was in college, they show you the venereal disease slideshow, and I remember they showed a penis, and it was like encased in genital warts. Like an inch thick around.
That made you not want to have sex at all.
Dude,
I was like, yeah,
for real.
Is this what's going to happen
like
to
you
me?
would get like the girl would drop her panties, and you would be like, please don't let this be like the slideshow. I just want regular coochie right now.
No, Westbrook, yeah, because his athleticism is declining. Yeah. It's leaving him. So yeah, it looks bad. It looks bad.
He hasn't figured out how to adjust to it.
And he's not.
And be competent. And he won't.
Yeah. And it's going to look bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'll take that over no heart, man. It's nothing you can do with a Tin Man. Did you remember the movie, man? The Tin Man was the worst. He was the most interesting character.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the most interesting character.
I thought the whole Wizard of Oz was a bunch of shit. Why did anybody ever like that?
He was interesting.
What made the Tin Man interesting?
He was. People want to know why you don't have a heart. Everybody else has a heart. and we everybody on the 76ers has a heart. Everybody in the NBA has a heart. This is the only guy in the fucking world that doesn't have a heart. He doesn't care. He has no motor. You know, he rather spend his off season fucking every Kardashian there is to have sex
did you
with.
hear like when he got kicked out of practice, he went to a strip club?
Yeah, man, that's his thing.
This man knows his lane. I like it, man. I respect that.
But hey, we'll see where that goes. I'm just saying, man, get you a good agent because these guys are really destroying careers out here, man.
What'd you think of the Marvin Bagley agent comment?
Yeah, man.
I liked that. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
You could have given them the green light to find other options.
Yeah.
If you had no plan to use him.
They right now, Marvin Bagley for the Kings. He was a high draft pick, right? So
yeah,
he's not in the lineup.
Not in the rotation. Yeah, so that means you're not starting.
Yeah.
And unless somebody goes down, we don't plan on playing
at all.
And honestly, at that point, if that's where you are, let the man go.
Yeah, and they moved him out of the starting lineup and put him on the bench last year, and that was a thing, right?
Right.
And his dad got into it with Darren Fox's dad, and they were going at it on Twitter. So it's been a thing for a little while.
Yeah.
And now he's just out of the rotation, period.
Yeah.
A Ben Simmons for Bagley swap. Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Straight up.
Let's get another break in here, man, and get the Mud Podcast on here so we can talk some good stuff, man. You are on the bench with Bubba and Pink. Don't forget that we are sponsored by Overkink.com.
How could anybody forget that?
That's right, man. Now, Overkink.com is bringing pleasure to the bedroom.
Yes,
it's our very first sponsor. Listen.
Or the car, the park, if that's your thing.
Anywhere. That is a great, great point.
To the parking lot at Taco Bell.
Wherever that you want to have pleasure at, Overkink.com can assist you in that pleasure, okay? They have everything you can imagine, okay? Anything you're into, whips, chains, condoms, vibrators, And guess what?
What's the single most interesting thing you saw perusing the overkink.com website?
I saw a large wand, and I had to DM a girl to ask her what that was. I didn't know if they were
all the people,
magic tricks.
Here, of all the people in your social media thing that you could DM, how did you select the girl? She's got to feel some.
That's a question for another day.
She's got to feel some kind of special.
Now I have to DM like 20 girls just so I can cover my bases. But listen, listen, you can get all of that stuff with a great discount. At a great discount, if you just use promo code Bubba Pink, it is a live promo code. Alrighty. Now the last guest we had on last week, Ebony the Plant Pusher, Jimmy Green, she went to overkink.com. She purchased stuff at a full price. Don't be Jimmy Green.
Don't be a bloody fool.
Don't be a fool. Use the promo code Bubba Pink to get a discount. Duh.
Everybody's got needs. You might as well get your needs serviced at a discount.
There you go. On the bench with Bubba Pink. We'll be right back. Alrighty. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. We'll be right back. Here goes Kim.
Yeah. No stress, no stress, no stress. Kim, no stress. Why they keep on stressing me? Yeah. Yeah. Praying, I've been praying, praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Praying, I've been praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Don't worry about the things that you can't control, Kim. Why you hold so tight and you can't let go? Yeah, you should know I've been seeking forever, but it seems forever. I've been running from demons, but I stay on my G. Lose my head sometimes, but I'm grounded, so I stay on my feet. It's the struggle, finding out who's fake from those who love you. We are not the same. I've been loyal to the underworld. Maybe not to my first girl, now met with trauma, that's just karma. I'm like, what you trying to build? What the deal? What you came for? Who you trying to kill? Let me live, who'll be faithful? I'm just trying to feel all the love, not the hate. So leave me to myself and let me pray. Let me pray. Praying, I've been praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Praying, I've been praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Yesterday, my auntie tried to kill herself. I'm writing this, but reflecting on it make my arm freeze. I went to see her in that psych ward, I ain't psyched for it. Don't wanna see you in a coffin. Wake a nigga like it's coffee. Make a nigga wanna. Nah, chill, Kim, that's a Gemini's heart. You be seeing everything double. The two-face, screw-face, niggas trying to stick to you like screw tapes. What to do when they come for you? I can only find comfort in my mind, asking the Lord this time. What you trying to build? What the deal? What you came for? Who you trying to kill? Let me live, who'll be faithful? I'm just trying to feel all the love, not the hate. So leave me to myself and let me pray. Let me pray. Praying, I've been praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Praying, I've been praying for my soul, so I don't know how to live with everything I've been saying, saying to myself, what's the deal? What be faking, what be real? Never meant to let you down, Kim. Sorry I ain't been around, Kim. I don't hear no protest, they don't even make no sound. That's when they smile in my face. All the time they wanna take my place. All the time I keep it real with you like that line ain't Drake's. I'ma be a fucking dog to them. I'ma count them as a loss in them. I won't speak a word. See me place you in the gutter valve, not a consonant. I think it's time to cut them off. For you, I vow to always speak the truth.
and play real. Say, I always
know how I feel. Yeah. Praying, I've been praying. Praying for my soul. So I don't know how to
Just him.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Kim with Let Me Pray.
Professional, you king back
Shout out to
early
Kim.
and
Shout out to Kim, man, a friend of the show. We got Mud Podcast on. They're also a friend of the show. Now, what's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Everybody needs some. What's happening, man? We appreciate y'all for having us on here, man.
For real,
That's
for real.
right. That's
Shout out
right.
to the family.
Man. Yeah, man. That's right. Listen, Mud Podcast, like I said, man, it's on YouTube as well. And
Mud
all
TV
social
on
media.
YouTube.
Mud TV, okay.
On
okay.
YouTube. On YouTube.
Okay, on YouTube.
Everything else is Mud Podcast.
But even if you do Mud Podcast, the algorithm puts us We're good.
Shout out to the algorithm, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got that Lakers shirt on, right? You a
Absolutely.
Lakers fan?
And I'm gonna tell you this, man. I have never held my tongue.
Never.
So
When it comes to the Lakers,
hey,
this
it was
is a
hard.
Lakers
It was
pod,
hard
right?
for me to sit over there and listen to that Westbrook take, because I die. I'ma die on that Westbrook hill. You understand me? I will
Westbrook is
die on that Westbrook hill.
We'll start making arrangements.
And I've been dying on that Westbrook hill, man. I don't give a damn what they say.
You want a bagpipe or a
You don't
choir?
average 10 assists in the league. That's the most uncontrolled stat of the triple double. I can't control if you make the shot and I get 10 of these things. Come on, man.
Do you think it was opening night jitters though?
Of course it was,
Hell
man.
no.
What are we talking about?
felt a
Wait,
little
wait,
nipsy,
wait. So
right?
we're going to do this on the first game.
You're in year 11.
We're going to do this on the first game. Russell Westbrook didn't come into Houston like that. He didn't come into Washington like that. And we've seen stat-wise what ended up happening as far as his style of play. We'll be all right, man. Don't do that.
be all
man.
right.
We got
do that.
we got to go past the stats, man.
Don't do that, man. We know. Listen,
He's deteriorating.
He's
deteriorating.
He is who he's
Nah.
deteriorating. He just averaged triple-double last year. 4 months ago, he had just finished averaging a triple-double. What the hell did you see last night that you say, damn, in 4 months he deteriorated?
What did I see?
What's wrong with y'all?
What didn't I see?
What's wrong with y'all? So let me ask this question. We not going to count at the fact that Frank Vogel did a horrible job intertwining the players in preseason. We not going to go over the fact that
Preseason.
I mean, what other time do you get the players together?
Listen.
In the offseason, preseason, right?
I get. I mean, but nobody's.
Russell didn't play to the third game.
Yeah, that's the point. Nobody was doing anything.
He didn't play to the third game. So you bring a new guy in or a whole bunch of new guys in, and you don't intertwine them like y'all take the preseason off like we just won the chip. Then we ain't gonna count the fact that okay, he from LA. This is a team that he wanted to always play for. The lights is bright. We ain't gonna count jitters. We just not gonna count jitters.
No, we ain't counting jitters.
You guys are Russell haters. This is what this
not
is.
At all. Not
No,
at all.
I feel it.
No.
I
feel the energy.
Nah, I like Russ.
You
but-
only gave my man propers because you was trying to compare old sucker dude, which I do agree with you about Ben Simmons. He a sucker. You a buster.
Light-skinned
You're a
problem.
buster.
Light-skinned
You
problem.
show up and you act like that, you a buster.
Yeah, I'll tell you this: if you have jitters opening night of year 11, he probably prematurely ejaculates fucking his wife.
Come on, man. Y'all don't know. Come on, bro.
Versus the dick. With
Y'all
the,
can't even fathom. Y'all
everything,
can't even
and now
fathom
he's
that kind of
premature
feeling, man.
ejaculating.
You can't fathom that kind of feeling. Imagine going back and doing a pod in front of your hometown.
Those motherfuckers. I'm too good for them. I ain't worried about that.
Oh, y'all crazy, man.
So do you think that fit is going to work over the course of the season?
Yep.
I believe it will.
LeBron's there.
You think it will too?
I think they're
LeBron's
gonna
there.
figure it out. You saw some plays last night where it was working. I just thought it was like horrible shifts, like hockey with some horrible shifts last night.
Yeah, blame that on Vogel's rotation. Don't blame that on
What can
Russ.
you? I mean, what other players do they have? It's not like you're going to
That
bring
too.
in.
Well, first off,
We do have players out. due to
man,
injury.
listen, man. I ain't
I
finna
mean,
go
yeah,
here. I ain't finna, y'all gonna make me argue.
I'm just
Y'all gonna make me
saying,
argue
man.
about my squad. We done came.
Yeah,
we
but you
already
have.
came in the season hurt. You're gonna argue about my squad. We just added Avery Bradley 3 hours before the game. Y'all gonna really do this about my squad?
I
We
got
all
some
right.
guys that's
The ghost of Avery Bradley.
The Ghost. Just a year ago, he won a championship.
he was barely in the
Yeah.
road. Like I didn't.
Matter of fact, no, he didn't go to the bubble.
No,
I'm
he
sorry.
didn't
He didn't go to the
Yeah,
bubble. I'm
it's
sorry.
probably a gift. Addition by subtraction.
he was on that team.
He was
Man,
heating up right before the bubble, though.
Man.
Yeah, he was there. He was there right before the bubble.
Right before the bubble.
I guess
he
y'all
was
can be
heating up.
wrong on y'all own platform. It's okay.
I just think it's a badly constructed roster.
We'll see.
We will.
We will see.
No, listen. One thing I will say though is, I credit LeBron for being able to make rosters work for the most part.
He'll
you
make it
know.
work.
But I'm gonna tell you now, the first moment it don't work, you gonna hear from him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That we don't have enough.
Yeah.
That roster's put together.
We got more than enough. in my
That
opinion.
roster's put together with
We got more. We got more than enough
For
in my
that.
opinion. We got more than enough.
You know
We
those
got-
pieces are
Well,
there
I'm just
for
saying,
that.
you know, he'll come out and he not gonna say directly, but
Yeah.
we need the point guard position on this team. It just needs a little, you know. He'll
And that's
say
why
something.
we got my favorite point guard of all time, Rondo. We gonna be all right.
Favorite
ghost of
point guard of
Rondo.
all
We
time.
gonna be all right.
Okay, all right.
We still got 81 more to go. But what is the conundrum that's happening in Brooklyn right now, guys? What about that?
Going east.
Yeah, we gotta go east.
Kyrie or no Kyrie, they don't play no defense and they ain't got no rebounding. So that Vegas go ahead and let that go.
Nick Claxton looked like a newborn last night. What was going on?
Go
with
ahead and let that go, Vegas. I told people that they ain't got no defense.
But not a lot of teams really have a matchup for Greek Freak. I mean, it's probably like 2 to 3 teams.
Man, what you saw last night, which is what we're gonna have a problem with early on in the season, you saw a complete team
In Milwaukee.
in Milwaukee. You had a team that can go get a stop when they need a stop. You had a team that was making shots when they needed to make shots, and you had a team that had a clear understanding of what their roles were. All that. Here's the difference, in my opinion. Let's just say Kyrie's there, right? In my opinion, since the whole Big Three, the purposeful Big Three, not just drafting and you end up with 3 guys, right? The purposeful Big Three since Boston. If you look at all of those from Boston on, they had at least one guy that set the tone on defense. KG, Draymond over there in Golden State's years, right? LeBron and Dwayne Wade out there on the perimeter, you know, running guys off the three-point
Not
line.
D-Wade, but I understand. what
Okay,
you're saying.
fair enough. You can say that, but them guys was running dudes off the line.
No,
straight up.
LeBron was a monster.
Shrinking the
LeBron-
floor.
LeBron was a
shrinking the
monster in
floor,
the-
Actually,
right?
in Miami,
You got a point.
In
In
Miami-
Miami, Chris Bosh defensively.
Chris Bosh.
Right, there we go.
Yeah, his
So-
ability to
so-
be aggressive on pick and roll defense.
Right,
and stuff
so
like that
you
was
know,
No, that's true.
you know, so you have these teams. You know, who's going to set the tone for Brooklyn defensively? Even if Kyrie go get a damn shot, who going to set the tone defensively? Who going to go get a stop?
I'm gonna say this: if Kyrie was there, we're just talking about basketball.
It just would have been a better game, but they'd have lost.
No, that team is unbeatable.
No,
You can't beat that team.
you
with
can't
Kyrie.
say that with no rebounding in
can
defense.
say that. I
You
can
know the
say
reason
that.
why Golden
I
State,
can say that.
outside of the shooting, if you go and look at Golden State stats back in their run, they were one of the top defensive teams, defensive efficiency teams in the league. They would go get you a stop.
Okay, and
they
you know
had
what
a
the-
they
you
had
know
a
what the
defensive player, and
statistics show?
Draymond should have been 2-time defensive player of the year if you ask me.
With those 3 guys in Brooklyn, they had the best offensive rating in the history.
Bro,
of
that
the
don't
NBA.
matter. That don't matter when you.
That
in,
matters.
It doesn't matter when you
That
in.
matters.
It doesn't matter when you in the playoffs and in them grinding series, and as
It
you
won't
go
be a
up,
grind.
as you go up in those series, and you can't get no stop. Golden State would get stops. You cannot compare that kind of 3 to that kind of 3. Golden State would go get you a stop 5 times in a row. Brooklyn ain't stopping nobody 5 times in a row, and that's why they lost last year. It wasn't no big toe. They couldn't get no damn stops. And they wouldn't have got no stop if Kyrie was there. It just would have been a better game. And at the end of the day, Milwaukee would have won because they couldn't get no
talking
stop.
about, man? Are
All
you,
right, Pink,
are
tell him
you
Pink.
hearing yourself?
Pink, tell him Pink.
They
Pink
were-
over there
they-
quiet because I'm right.
They were
that
they
ain't
were
why I'm quiet.
they
Come
were
on,
a
Pink.
big toe away from beating the NBA champion, and that was KD by himself with no
heroic
Kyrie
performance.
or no James Harden.
So
he
what-
had guys that
half
are
a
not
Ja-
even
half
in
a
the
James
NBA. Not even half of James Harden.
See, all this day was a
third.
big toe away. What happened in overtime? They had 5 more minutes to win the game. I don't
And
want
it was still
and they
KD.
couldn't get no stop. Come on, man. What we talking about?
You got guys
What
out
we
there that's not
talking
even in the
about?
league anymore. I mean, like these
The
are
Kyrie,
D-League guys.
the Kyrie shot doesn't happen in Golden State if what? They
LeBron
don't go
gets
down
the
there and get that stop. Come on,
LeBron
man.
doesn't
This
have
is
the block.
simple.
yeah, but
It's
they have
basketball.
KD.
Basketball's
They have KD.
always going to be the same. Defense and rebound.
KD is the best
Period.
player in the league.
Okay.
right.
That ain't got nothing to do with if they
James
win the
Harden
chip.
is the best point guard in the league.
That ain't got nothing to do with them not winning
And
no
Kyrie is the best one-on-one.
chip. Okay, so who
offensive
they got after that?
player at the guard
What they do?
position.
So are they going to be one of the
That's
top
all
defensive
you
teams?
need. You don't need that.
So you tell me the last championship team to win a championship and
It
they
would-
wasn't
it would
and they
have been
wasn't at
them.
least top 10 defense.
But listen, let's get off of this because that's a mute point because Kyrie may miss the whole season.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So you see Milwaukee coming out of the East this year.
I don't see nobody beating Milwaukee.
You don't
It
see
was like
nobody
a
beating
perfect storm last night, though, right? They ran into Pat Connaughton, the Mora kid. The Mora kid. Connaughton
When your
was
star
on,
player-
the Mora kid was on. Splash Mountain was on. It was like a perfect storm. Usually when you have a ring night, you kind of come out and you have a lull. Them boys was on 10 from Get Green.
When your star player play hard like he trying to make the team, come on, man. You got to come on, man.
Bubba, this echoes what I was saying last week, and you were kind of fighting me on.
I don't believe in the Milwaukee thing. I just don't.
It's there, bro.
I don't believe in the Milwaukee thing. But
There-
A team
there
that
is-
can get
I
stops.
would say
You don't
this.
believe in a team that can get stops, but you believe in a team that can't.
I would say this though. I would say that most great teams have a calibration of roles and a cohesiveness. And to Milwaukee's credit, they have that. They may lose it with injury over the course of the 82 games of the playoffs, but right now they had it. They earned it last year, and that's a value. And when you do talk about the amount of turnover the Lakers have had, but I still have an issue with the Lakers had a lot of turnover, but they had a lot of shitty turnover. I don't think they added good complementary pieces to what they had. And the Nets, with Kyrie not participating, they are not the team they thought they were going to be.
Right.
And they're going to have to kind of recalibrate and find that. Last year, the big problem they had, and they didn't even have the pieces when they got to the playoffs, but they didn't have the pieces like all year. There was literally a handful of games that those three guys played together.
yeah,
It's different. Now, you go back, like he mentioned, Boston. When they first put that group together, they came out of the box, I think, like 20-4, and they were killing things. And I mean, there was immediate cohesion, and they connected. The Warriors, when they started becoming the championship level Warriors, like came out of the gate rolling.
But what did they all
and
hang
there's
their
a
head on?
value. I get your point with defense. I don't necessarily dispute that, but there's different ways to win. But I think the thing that can't change is you have to be cohesive. There's got to be something there. Even with the Heat, when we go there, when Wade and LeBron were vying for the alpha dog status, it didn't work. When they fell in behind LeBron, it changed, and they became a monster. And right now, Brooklyn, from what we thought they were personnel-wise, has never actually physically been that, and they're handicapped because of it. And as long as Kyrie carries on with his horse shit, it ain't going to happen.
yeah, but it's still going to be hell to pay, man. If they're healthy.
Yeah,
if
they're healthy.
if James and KD is healthy, it's going to be hell to
they
pay.
got 82 games to figure this out.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, they'll add pieces, they'll find guys, and it'll be much different by the time they get to the playoffs than it was night one.
I think Miami is going to have something to say. But
Miami's
by the
my
end
dark
of the
horse.
season,
That's my dark horse.
I like them over Milwaukee. I think they found their missing piece over the offseason with Kyle Lowry. Just because you can't go into the playoffs like they did the last couple of years, depending on those young guards. And Dragic off the bench, but of course he's not a NBA starting level point guard anymore. He had a great run, but he's a high level 6-man now. He just is.
That Drew Holiday and Kyle Lowry matchup gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
The key to the Heat to being real is Bam and Hero.
Yeah, Bam and Hero.
If they play at like a high level, maybe fringe all-star.
And Hero didn't last year.
No, he took a
He
step
recognized
back,
it, though.
And,
He recognized
and
it.
Bam was not. He didn't. To me, Bam didn't grow.
No.
From the bubble to the last
Stayed
season,
the same,
kind of stayed the
stagnant.
same, and Hero kind of fell off a bit. If those guys grow and are health is everything. But if those guys play at that level, then the Heat can be completely in the mix with anybody.
Yeah, because I think Bam can be on Ayton's level at least. They're probably on the same level now, but I mean just
Yeah, a little
performing in the
different.
playoffs.
To me, they're very different in what they do. But yeah, I mean, like if you just say
Speaking on levels,
value-wise.
value-wise.
Yeah.
Okay. So both of you guys got LA coming out of the West. I mean, do you have a dark horse over there that
I ain't
you,
never gonna have no dark horse
that
if we
you
not
can
no
see
lottery team.
overcoming LA?
If we not no lottery team. Nah, for me, you got to give it to the teams that are complete, right? You know, you got to respect the Suns. You got to respect your Utahs.
Why?
You got to respect
Why
your
do you have to
Denvers.
respect them? Why do they don't deserve respect?
Okay.
Utah is one season away from imploding and just blowing that whole thing up. No, literally. I mean,
Literally.
yeah.
They've kind of, I mean, they've kind of built this over a couple seasons.
They hit
and,
a wall. They hitting the wall.
If they don't get anywhere with it, what do you do?
Yeah, you got to get rid of Gobert.
Yeah.
Like if you get to the playoffs again and he underwhelms again, you have to get rid of him because you're not getting rid of Donovan.
First defensive player of the year that I've seen that it just doesn't show up in the playoffs.
Yeah, Ben. That's why defense is just overrated to me. Those
Yeah,
those guys are
No, Ben. It clearly showed in the playoffs why he was what he was. Dwight, it clearly showed in his heyday why he was what he was defensively. Like Gobert, I look at him in the playoffs. I'm like, how the hell did he win defensive player of the year? I don't see it. It doesn't show. It's not affecting anything. Like,
Yeah. No, that's I don't. I think those one-way defensive guys, that shit just doesn't show in the playoffs. Any of them. I don't remember any of those guys.
Well, yeah.
No.
Especially as a big, I think. Because, I mean, just the way the game is now.
The game has changed so much.
They'll spread you and play on the game.
More than that. Patrick Beverly, one-way defensive guy.
He's
playoffs.
a scrub. He's a scrub.
I can keep
Patrick
going.
Beverly isn't a defensive player of the year. He's just a pest.
scrub.
But I'm extending it. Any person that you think is an elite defender in their prime or in that stretch of time, when it gets to the playoffs, those guys are just not useful. Ben Simmons, Rudy Gobert, Patrick Beverly, and you can keep going. You can name all those guys. Those one-way defensive guys. You have to be able to get a bucket in the playoffs. That's what it's about.
Rodman would
Or
be
be
the
a
exception.
two-way. He's an elite rebounder.
No, he was a great defender too.
Yeah, but you think rebounding first, or at least on the same level,
bro.
same lane. You know what I mean? You can't mention one without the other. You can't mention his defense without mentioning his rebounding. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well,
But I mean,
rebounding is considered.
he wasn't a guy who got a bucket though. I mean, if that's the standard. he
No.
wasn't.
I'm just talking about one-way defensive guys.
Yeah.
Ben
You know what I mean?
Wallace had no problem in that
Ben
playoff
Wallace,
in those
yeah.
playoff runs. He had
That's
no
probably-
issues.
Yeah, that's probably.
But he would shoot though. He would
He had
shoot.
no issues. Dudes went to the conference final 5 years and he had no issues.
Yeah. I mean, that's
probably
that's
a-
an
There's an
outlier.
exception to every
That's
rule,
an
right?
outlier.
There's an outlier.
Yeah, that's an outlier.
There's an
That's
exception
outlier.
to every
Because
rule.
he wasn't a elite rebounder.
Kawhi was the man on.
Yeah, but Kawhi got buckets too, though. Kawhi got buckets
Fair
too.
enough.
Yeah. Now, what about MVP?
Man, Giannis was looking good last night, but I see LeBron with the chip on his shoulder because he didn't even get into the top 5 with the GM.
That's going to end up being about Steph and Giannis. Let me just be real.
But Steph ain't gonna be on a winning team.
There you will.
No, they're gonna be a winning team.
I mean,
They're not gonna.
Bro,
be losing.
last night wasn't no anomaly. That wasn't they. All right.
the Warriors.
I don't believe in Golden State. I've been saying it's dying. I just don't believe in Golden State.
But
I don't
what-
think Jackie
but-
Moon is coming back to save them this year. Bro.
Dude was
But
back
what
in
is? I mean, what is belief? Like they're not the Warriors who went to the finals 5 years in a row. I get that, but
That
for them,
offense showed
for
enough
them to
looking
win, for them to win 50 or 52 games, that's entirely possible.
I can see that. See,
Those young guys,
I
they
put
they-
money on
they-
Steph last
They
year.
seem to
as
keep
MVP.
getting better too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
I'm telling y'all.
Those guys stepping up in big spots.
And that dude, I forget, I don't know how to pronounce his name, number 8 that come off the bench. They got him from Sacramento.
The guy who served us last night.
Man, he looked like he was drafted by Gold. He just fit straight in. And you know what? They're getting to the point where they're starting to do what the Spurs did when they took their little, hiatus off their little runs. They get these plug-ins that just like, man, were you born to be on the Spurs? Like, I forget his name.
that's a
I don't
good
know his
point.
name. But, man, this dude's a hooper, and he's going to be a problem this year. Man, Steph and Giannis is what I feel is going to go down to. Those two.
One injury away back from being back in the lottery.
What you think, Pink?
I would put KD in the discussion. I mean, I think he's going to do everything to carry that Nets team through the dysfunction. I don't think he gives, two shits about Kyrie at the end of the day. He wants to win, and if he's got to do more, he's going to do it. So I would put him in that conversation.
I would be shocked if Luka or Embiid doesn't come away with this award.
Really?
Yeah,
Luka's the favorite.
I would be flabbergasted.
Luka's the favorite.
I would be flabbergasted.
But what do I mean? Here's the thing: has Dallas gotten any better?
I don't think so either.
That's the point, though. That's the point. You don't want them to get better if you're counting on Luka to win MVP, because they're going to add that into it. Like, how good is your team? If he captures a top 5 seed, and you're looking at that team like, they're not that good. Well, it has to be because of Luka that they're even that.
But
that factors into the MVP discussion.
It does, but I do.
That's
but
why
the
Curry
guys,
is in
the
MVP.
guys that
Yeah.
are on the top of that thing are typically guys that get a
They're
top
going to get
seed
them
in
1
their
and 2
conference.
seed. Yeah.
And that's what's
He's
going
going
to
to
be a
have to answer
handicap.
to that. But I
Yeah.
think because of the West is not that strong. This is the first
It was
year.
looking like they were trying to give it to Steph at the end.
Last year,
I'll tell you that.
Put
But
money on it.
yeah, I guess.
this is the first year the West is really not that strong. Like I can see
Yeah.
Dallas capturing a top 4 seed.
Well, that's. I mean, I could see that, and that's
Yeah.
why, even though I don't like this Lakers team, I could still see them winning the West because the West is not good.
It's just yeah.
Yeah,
It's just not.
I agree with you.
You know, he's going to need Porzingis to come in with a different attitude and a different production. But yeah,
And a
but
pair
I
of
think so.
testicles.
Those seems to be.
just gotta stay
they're
healthy.
not on sale these days. They must
Porzingis
be,
stay healthy.
they must be expensive.
Yeah, it must be.
All right, so so we got that right. So we don't. I don't need to go through the 6-man and coach of the year and all of that, but this is what I want to get to is who do you see like as far as a surprise thing that may happen over the course of the season, whether it be a trade or whatnot. What are you looking for to actually happen?
I mean, everything is kind of like if Portland underwhelms as they always do, will Dame ask out at the trading deadline?
He just came out today. He just came out today and said that it's like he was foreshadowing. He was like, "Hey, you know, even if we get off to a rough start and this is that," he literally said that. He was
knows
like,
it's coming.
"I'm not going to."
He
I'm
knows
not
it's
going to
coming.
ask out. I was like, that's kind of weird to say.
Right?
I think he's positioning himself where he's not going to say it, but maybe behind the scenes there's an agreement with the team that they'll almost gift him a trade if it gets that bad.
Yeah.
And they owe it to him. He'll present as the loyal soldier. I'm here even if we get a rough start, but you get to the deadline, if they're dog shit, it'll be like, you know, hey, the team needs to move on, and this is the best way the team can replenish itself, and Dame's agreed. I just think it's about positioning with him, and that's why he's saying what he's saying now, but it wouldn't surprise me if he's moved, if they're genuinely bad.
Yeah.
True that. But speaking of trades, this Deshaun Watson thing is picking up steam, man. Switching lanes to football, man. And Miami Dolphins, it seems like it's imminent that he gets traded to the Miami Dolphins.
Massage therapists all over Broward and Dade are getting excited right
Happy endings all around.
now. Haven't massaged a booty hole in a while. Forget about happy endings.
They're clearing
man.
out schedules, man.
He's on the other end of the happy ending.
What are the odds that like he's already like in some DMs?
Oh,
like,
100%. 110%.
Hey, I'm looking
He's
looking to make a move.
He's
Who's the
combing
best?
through IG and whoever's there.
He's the best you guys have.
He's
to
probably
offer down
probably
there.
gone on a reconnaissance mission in South Florida. Hell yeah.
The funniest thing about the whole situation is I switched camps like so often in that situation because at first I'm like, this is so stupid. Like this team, Deshaun asked for a trade, then all of a sudden all of this comes out. Like this is fake. There's no fucking way that Deshaun is, you know, sexually assaulting these women. I'm with Deshaun. He said he didn't do it. He didn't do it. Like this is dumb. They're lying on him on purpose. Then all of a sudden, all the news comes out that he's in like hundreds of DMs getting massages from these. Like that's not
Yeah,
normal.
We talked about this.
It's not normal.
I study behavior, and like you get it with Michael Jackson, you get it with R. Kelly.
Yeah.
This is Deshaun's thing, man.
Yeah.
And when somebody's out there that much, it means that much to him.
Yeah.
You lose discretion, you lose judgment because you want your goddamn massage, and you can't get through the day without one or two.
But do
That's
you?
what it is.
Speaking of football, do you guys think it could be a good move for Miami?
100%.
Like
100%.
Swing that to him.
Definitely
Yeah.
100%.
you a Dolphins fan?
Oh no. You just don't do NFL. I'm the one right
Oh,
here who
okay.
does all the NFL on the show. So no. 100%. I know we were talking earlier, and we were talking about is Tua going to be included in the trade, but what I read so far, it's 3 firsts and 2 seconds.
Okay. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to keep two on the team
At
if
all.
you're going to roll with Deshaun.
At all.
No, not really. Unless you plan to like make him a backup. He is on the rookie
But there's
deal still, right?
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
He would not be happy in that situation, and like it's just another shitty story.
He becomes Tua Simmons. That's what's gonna happen.
I love the Simmons slander.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get
No,
enough
but
of
it just
But yeah.
it just is like because again he'll just be constantly asked again what oh you're supposed to sit behind Deshaun Watson and learn something like
Yeah.
F you. You learn by, you learn by playing. That whole notion of like, we're past that where you fucking serve a mentorship and stuff.
Yeah.
You either get out there and you can play or you can't.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And if you
It
can't
is.
play, which he's kind of showing he really can't, nothing special at this level, go be somebody else's backup. Have a fresh start.
Have a fresh start, right?
Yeah.
I think this could be huge for Miami, man. They
sure.
have a nice team. He has some weapons over there. Defense is solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
But God, they're just in a bad place right now. I mean, what are they, 1-4, 1-5?
Yeah.
I mean, you're not salvaging this season. I don't,
No. I wouldn't even be surprised if the trade happened next week. I wouldn't be surprised if Deshaun still doesn't play a game this season. I mean, I know that there's a lot to get that ironed out with that situation still.
Yeah.
The league hasn't even put down any mandates or anything about him as well.
Nothing.
They said if the trade doesn't go down now, it'll go down definitely by like November 2nd, I believe.
Yeah.
It's imminent.
But
That's 12 days away. That's gonna. It's the same thing as now. I mean,
but not even that. But like, it's just speaking on the legalities of it. Like he hasn't went to court or anything. Like I don't know. I haven't heard any news about it
it's
at
gone
all.
real quiet. Like I don't know if
He hasn't paid any money to any of these women though. He's adamant that he's not. He's like, I'm not giving these.
But
money.
like,
Nothing.
when's the last time he said anything? Like, has
It's
he
been a long
reiterated?
time.
Like,
No.
he may be quietly spreading some funds
He
around.
could be.
I mean,
He might have Olivia Pope on the team. Make shit go away real quick, right? Make shit go away real quick.
That's normally why things get a bit quiet.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
Texas oil tycoons over there spreading money right now.
No,
Get that
that's
boy in
true.
the Dade County. Get him up out of here.
yeah,
Get our massage therapists back. You know what I'm
to
saying?
giving legitimate massages. But yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, football wise, it's a fantastic move for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Again, though, you ask, like, why the hell didn't you do this in the summer and not throw the season away?
Yeah.
The trade was out there. They just didn't want to pull the gun.
Well,
pull the trigger.
Summertime, you couldn't. You just couldn't. Because the news was so
Just be bold, though.
strong.
What the hell?
Because Houston is adamant they want a king's ransom. You can't give a king's ransom for a guy that's, doing all of this stuff in 1,000 DMs.
No, I get it, but like you still force the move on him, man. Just be aggressive.
You have to be aggressive. I think when the GM
I
came
mean,
out,
literally
and talked-
thrown away this season if you're the Dolphins. Now you're finally going to
but
make
also
a move.
Summer, you still want to give Tua an opportunity too. Like you want to give him another opportunity.
I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, you are what your record says you are, and it's pretty shitty.
Yeah. Now it's yeah.
So.
you couldn't beat out Fitzmagic, guys. Come on now.
Yeah,
He couldn't
they
beat
should
out
have known
He
then.
got
They should have known
lifted.
then.
He got lifted. He got relief pitchered by Fitzmagic in meaningful football games down the
meaningful.
stretch.
Like
That's embarrassing.
middle of the game,
That's embarrassing, man.
non-injury.
Yeah. Fully healthy, but not playing any more football this evening. Like, it doesn't get shittier than that.
No, it doesn't. Not for Fitzmagic. I mean, the beard, but nothing else. I don't know. Let's take a quick break. In here. I just want to let you guys know you are on the bench with Bubba and Pink. We have the Mud podcast in here. It is Mud TV on YouTube. Make sure you check those guys out and subscribe. That's right. Pink, this entire episode, this is new. It's actually brought to you by O-Rap Studios.
Oh,
where we
look
do our
out.
show at, right? Do you have bars? Okay. Do you have a podcast, a show idea? Do you just want to come in and hang out, have a creative space?
Do you want to be the second best show at O-Reps?
Contact O-Rap Studios today for a creative space to do music, to do podcasts, to do anything that you guys need to get done in a creative space. All right, contact those guys. They are on IG, Facebook. Tell them Bubba and Pink sent you to get that Bubba and Pink price.
That's right.
That's right.
Special prices.
That's what we're all about, man.
I just can't wait till people just start throwing our names around to various places in the city expecting a discount.
They're like, man, I was watching Bubba and Pink. They told me to come to Chipotle.
Yeah.
What do you need, chicken bowls?
You need chicken boy half off, man.
You're
me
Popeyes. Bubba Pink.
Yeah, they told me.
You're supposed to be adjusting my total.
Exactly.
Let's get to it. This is Mook Boy with Black Man. That is on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Mook, man. He won the Versus last night. We'll be right back.
Was one.
Your vision is my vision. Trayvon died cause he wore a hoodie. Now that same gun on eBay for $150. Damn, who gon' save us? Damn, who gon' save us? Mama confused, daddy in the streets, snow dust. Got addicted to that lean, son, drinking tuss. Damn, who gon' save us? Shit, who gon' save us? Can't Rosa Park me, I'm at the front of the bus. Black folks free now, while we fuss and cuss. Damn, who gon' save us? Who gon' save us? All my people came up hard, so you know we chose. Overthinking, leave your mind and your body frozen. Damn, who gon' save us? Man, whoa, who gon' save us? They ain't give it and we bought our own acre mules. Now we really winning, now they all look confused. Big faith, even when I was in prison blues. Try to fight for my own, then I made the news. They don't repost my good shit, they post bad news. It felt good when I gave back them prison blues. Damn. Who gon' save me? They killed Malcolm, black and white, wasn't even HD. They killed Malcolm, they ain't even have IG. They kill a black man live, now it's HD. They kill a black man in color, now it's TV. It's so much color on the screen, I can't even see. Baby, you're special, but you're living normal. Let's talk with more action, the new formula. Can't trust these niggas, they the ones that took Nipsey from us. If you an angel, better whisper, cause them devils want us. God, stop all enemy attacks right now in the name of the Lord. I pray in silence cause the devil's listening. If you ain't digging God's word, you a fuck nigga. So when I kick you out the crib, take the evil with you. We left the haters on the dock, took the achievers with us. We took the ones that had faith and the believers with us. They say they praying to the devil, now the reaper with them. They started playing with them snakes, now they sleeping with them. We make this music for God, people, and ghetto children. One of these days we gon' get the millions. We all grew up so confused, now we see the vision. Now we diving off the yacht and jumping out the Bentley. I pray to God if you want smoke, it's a swisher with it.
Yeah. Smoke it right. Check it out. Yeah. Man, I'm just high.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. Thought we had 30 seconds left on the song, and we only had 3. That was Mook Boy Black Man. That is on all streaming platforms. Shout out to Mook winning that versus
Shout out to King Titus.
Legend. You know it.
Winning that versus
That's
there.
OG, right? Titus Boys. Remember that, right?
Titus boy, yo.
Yeah, man. Now listen, over Whoop. Now listen, speaking of verses, Busta Rhymes is out.
Busta Rhymes, Janet Chucks.
crying to get a versus opponent, man. He's saying that a lot of guys are turning him down. He's reaching out to a lot of guys saying, hey, do a versus with me. I know off rip that T.I. was the first guy he reached out to, and T.I. declined. T.I. was really, like, at that time trying to get a versus with 50 Cent. T.I. is another guy that's crying.
Plus, it's not a good matchup.
Versus.
Some guys just don't have a matchup. Like, T.I.'s matchup already went with Jeezy. Like, some guys just don't have a matchup right now.
Yeah.
I see T.I. versus Wayne, though, man. I see a T. Well, nah, never mind.
Hell
no. Never mind. My bad.
No, you can do it.
No, you can't.
No, you can't.
But yeah, you could. But you would more want to see Wayne with
Drizzy.
Right.
Yeah, but
which they've already done at concert wise.
I wanted to see the T.I. Rick Ross. That's the one I wanted to see. That's who
Rick
Ross
Ross went early, like, and I think he should have waited. I know, 2 Chainz is my guy, but
that versus
he
was
could
kind
have
of
had
disrespectful.
He could have had a better versus than 2 Chainz.
Because Rick Ross ain't even bring out the hits.
Nah,
and he said that
he said he got 20 more for another one. That's
because he won't T.I. You see what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, but T.I.'s trying to overstep, and I think he's trying to get a guy that. He's trying to overstep and go to a person that's really bigger than him.
That's the problem with it.
Yeah.
That, like, when you should almost have a separate
y'all
panel.
Disrespectful about that T.I. take.
But y'all should seriously try to have like an independent determination of who should battle who.
Yeah, that's really sad.
Because if left to their own, people are gonna try and overpunch themselves for sure.
That's what it is.
But yeah, anybody think that Tip can't hang in the paint with anybody, let alone a 50? Y'all just wasn't around during that time.
This is from
he can hang with.
My co-host had a versus on Facebook. He represented T.I. and he went against somebody else who represented 50. And how did that end?
I was smoking them. They tried to pull it away. It ended up being tied, but that was bull. Shout out to my nigga Mega.
50 has bigger records. T.I. has more records.
50 has bigger records or a big record. Let's
Oh,
keep
no,
this.
hell
Come
no.
on, man.
He has bigger
got- he
records.
got
Candy
hits.
Shop
Bigger
is
records.
okay.
big
We gonna
hits.
put in the club over here.
Why?
We gonna put because that's the monster, right?
He got more
That's
than
the
that.
monster.
He got more than that.
You give me anything after in the club that T.I. can't get a dub or close to.
Man,
I
that
give
guy
you.
got some
I give
hits
you.
off
You want
the
me to
Game
give you
album,
PIMP?
Some G Unit.
You got to remember,
You want me to
50
give you
Cent,
PIMP?
50 Cent wrote,
You want-
it, 50
you want
Cent
me to
wrote
give
the
PIMP?
entire Game album. Like,
Come
they
on,
using
man.
those type of songs. T.I.'s
Come
not a
on,
writer.
man.
T.I.
You
didn't
hate
write
it
the
or
Game
love
album.
it? Come on,
did.
man.
Y'all don't want him to pull out that Bow Wow song he wrote. That Let's get that.
all right, that's
Jokes
when-
aside.
that's
Jokes
when-
aside. But nah, back to
T.I.
your
gonna bring
original
out
question.
the Iggy Azalea hit.
Back to your original question
About
though.
Busta.
Busta just doesn't have a matchup.
He does.
Now, I'm gonna tell you, I thought this was dope. This idea, Busta and Missy.
Yeah, that's the matchup.
See, we got to get out of this man thing sometimes.
Cross-gender matchup.
Yeah.
We got to get out of this man thing sometime. They were the two most creative of their era. I mean, you could just play their videos in the background.
What you're saying is there's gonna be a hee 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 ha versus a ya 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 ya. That might work. Pink. That might work.
Yes.
That might work.
I don't know if Missy got enough songs.
What is wrong with this guy?
Like,
You know, it's
seriously,
his platform.
how-
I can't
how
do
many-
this.
How many do you need?
20.
20 is the standard. 20
20.
is the
20.
standard.
Do you know she has 20 that she's written alone that she could just play? That
Yeah, I'm
just-
sure she wrote a lot
Like,
of records. I'm sure she wrote a lot of
Again,
records.
they
I'm
don't
just-
have
I'm
a
just
matchup.
thinking
You
about-
have to put them
I'm
together
just thinking about songs, that she's on.
because in their respective realms, they don't have matchups. So I agree. I think it should be across gender.
But I definitely think that's the matchup. Mm-hmm. But he's not entertaining that for some reason. And I don't know why.
Hip hop is an ego driven sport. That's why.
Because he wanna have that.
You gonna have
bravado
that
to a-
rah rah rah.
Yeah, he want to
But-
do that rah rah
But
to a dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like it left to themselves. They're all looking at the other way.
Yeah.
That's the
And-
whole
and
reason.
that's the thing. And they're not. There's nobody saying like you all just said, hey, this is a good matchup. You should do this. Like everyone's looking and saying, I'm going to elevate myself by reaching for this. And they perceive something to be beneath them, and they're not going to touch it.
Well, the reason T.I. said that he picked 50 is because of the banter. He felt
the banter,
Yeah,
and
he
then
felt that he
South-
would be able to
South
go.
versus North.
He would be able to kind of have that banter.
Yeah.
Without somebody kind of being like, man, T.I. punked him or something like that. And 50 for that, yeah, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of it's about that too. But it's a lot of stuff that we don't know behind the scenes. But just give me my Bone Thugs and 3-6 Mafia verses, and I'm good.
Bone Thugs 3-6.
I'm
They talked
good.
about it. I think the verses though has gotten really business driven because they've tried to put pairings together like the Jeezy and the Gucci when they have a song together. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So they can do a song at the end together. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
Like
that
the
was
Fat
big
Joe
for
and the-
hip-hop, though,
You know what
bro.
I'm
That
saying?
was
The
huge for
Ja
hip-hop.
Rule. You know what I'm saying? They did the New York at the end. That was kind of scripted. You knew it was gonna happen. It's become very businessy right now. All of the verses are coming out of New York, right? Because they're selling at the Garden.
Right.
Yeah, and I was only interested in the as far as New York goes, the Fat Joe, Ja Rule, and
The Locks versus the Dips.
and the Locks versus the Dips because of Jadakiss. I really don't care for anybody else in that grouping.
Which State Property should have got that nod, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
So who do you guys who else do you guys want to see do one? You said you want to see T.I. do one?
T.I. doesn't have a matchup, so no.
There's no
How does he not have a matchup?
Unless you're gonna bring somebody back, because I think Nelly deserves. Because a couple of these matchups were on the phone, bad internet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Nelly and Luda deserves. But if you're gonna say okay, because they put Nelly and Luda, unless you're gonna say Luda and Tip, or unless you're gonna bring Jeezy back out, or you're gonna bring Ross back out and him play some of the songs and the other songs he didn't play. So you would have to run somebody back because he doesn't have a matchup.
I'd like to see the Luda versus Tip.
His matchup was Ross or Jeezy.
And Luda.
Yeah, I see the Luda
Or
versus Tip.
Luda because of the history
The
of
history.
they had a little bit whatever. Now you can come back and squash that on stage
They got
officially
two songs
and stuff.
together too.
Luda flamed his ass though.
Yeah, Luda flamed
Luda
him.
killed
On
him.
Stomp. Oh, that was on the game album
Stump
too.
and
They
what
did a
was
song
the,
together.
He did a one like long diss track too.
Oh, War with the
Yo,
Gods.
You War with Guys, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
my God.
He should perform that. No, yeah, but yeah, I see what you're saying. Like as far as left, yeah. I want to see Wayne versus Drake. That's
wanna
what
see
I want
that.
to see.
You know, we got a little glimpse of that when they went on tour together. Remember they had that little
Yeah,
Wayne
that's
version?
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
But that's the only two that can really
or,
do
or,
it.
or Wayne versus Jay-Z.
Give me no. Hove can only come outside with Nas. I don't want to
That's the
hear
only
nothing
one.
about Hove doing no verses unless he
How?
gonna do it with Nas. I don't wanna
Nas
hear
don't
nothing.
have enough, and I fuck
don't
with
wanna
Nas.
hear
I like
nothing.
Nas more than Jay, but Nas don't have
I
enough.
don't want to hear nothing.
He might play like Uchi Wally 10 times.
Yeah, that's what he have to do. Like Soulja Boy did. Soulja Boy played that one. Like he played a different variation of the same
Oh,
song
nothing.
5 times.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I'm gonna tell you like this. I would love for it to go back to producer a little bit. Head over to the West. Give me my DJ Quick Dash Dillinger verses.
Hold on. Hold on. I just don't want to fast forward this because Wayne could beat Wayne could beat Jay-Z. Wayne will beat Jay-Z.
Yeah,
Wayne would beat Jay-Z.
he will.
Yeah.
Off rip. Right? There was a period where Hove, I don't even fuck with Hove now anymore, but
That's gonna.
there's a period where Hove just kind of stalled out.
Who does?
Thank you.
That'll be a tough one. That's a real
It'll be
tough
tough though. It'll be
Because
tough.
it'll be the Carter battle, right? Because they were battling
The
anyway.
Carter battle. That's dope.
They were battling
That'll
during that
be
time anyway.
tough because they both got good stage
The
performances.
whole
and
Kingdom Come album was about Wayne.
Yeah, he threw. He always throws subs, but
That'd be a tough
Jay has this fucking thing to where he thinks he's above everybody anyway.
What I always
So
say.
he would never.
That's when he
would
became.
never do
That's
a
when he
versus.
became irrelevant for me.
Yeah.
He's looking
It's
like
like
Cam
you
Newton
can't give
nowadays.
hip hop something, bro.
Right? I saw a picture of Jay and I thought it was Cam Newton.
For real, they both got the
that
fucked up hair.
Oh, the fucked up hair Kanye. Oh, never mind. Oh my God, we ain't talk about that.
Nah, he.
Give me Ye and Jay. Give me Ye and Jay.
Kanye could do something with somebody.
Yeah, Kanye
Who would he
and Jay.
be? Who would he be?
I want
I
Kanye
don't
and Drake.
know.
I want Kanye and Drake.
Kanye and T.I. wouldn't be as bad.
No.
No, that would
For
be
who?
bad.
For who?
Well, Styles make
Nah, for
fights.
Yeah.
Styles make
They
fights.
not that far off in styles.
Yeah, he got a lot of features he can drop.
T.I. got
right?
20 foes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not fair.
Yeah, but he has some commercial hits too. Like he got a couple street
20
records.
foes is who, Kanye?
No,
Kanye got a
I'm
couple
talking
street
about. I'm talking about Ti. Ti got a couple street
You can
records
do whatever
that
you
made it
like.
big. You know what I'm
He got
saying?
other
But
shit
he
like
got
that.
he got commercial
shit.
shit.
I'm
got
just
auto-tune
saying
shit,
though.
too.
Like, I'm just saying though.
got auto-
No, I
got
understand. what you're
auto-tune
saying.
shit,
I understand
bro.
what you're
Like
saying.
Styles make fights. So
Yeah, I understand. So who could Kanye go with?
Drake
It's got to be Drake.
gotta be.
It's
Or
just
Hove.
That's not good.
Drake or Hove.
for the
Why
throne,
is that
right?
not good?
Watch the throne.
Because
just
really
fall.
nobody can beat Drake. Really,
Nobody
honestly, if you really think about
Nobody.
it. And then Kanye is so many notches below. You know what I mean?
Hey, would you throw like Kanye versus Juicy J?
This guy right here, wow. This guy right
Who?
here. You wilding with that take right there, man.
What?
You talking about Kanye is so musically?
Yeah. Yeah. Who flew? Hold on. Who flew who out to come right for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That should show you. Kanye flew Drake out to. Hey,
Flew a
I
lot
need
of
you to
people
come
out.
right. He does. He did. But the fact still remains that. Yeah. I
And
need
he
you
has
to
the
come
better
right-
album.
I need you to come right.
And he has the better
I'd like
album.
to see
Who's
Ye
that?
versus Pharrell.
Who?
Ye versus
that
Pharrell.
would be
Producer wise,
that would
producer
be
battle.
pretty
I,
dope.
I'd like
I
to see
definitely
Ye
think
versus
And
they should
Pharrell
make
got a
producer
couple
battle.
tracks. Pharrell got tracks too.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think
would
they
be dope.
definitely
He
need to
better
bring a
not play
couple
fucking
producers.
happy.
He got to, man.
No, if he plays
And
that,
he got to bring my
if
boy
he-
out to perform.
No, if he plays that, a lightning bolt needs to come down and kill him.
You
I
didn't
think
like that song,
CeeLo
man?
said he
the
turned that song down.
dumbest song
He did.
ever.
Yeah, CeeLo.
That is a top 3 shitty song that was ever recorded.
Yeah, CeeLo
I
Green
don't know,
demoed
man.
it.
That
CeeLo
Despicable
Green
Me
demoed
soundtrack goes.
That was
Thing
horrible.
goes. But I would like to see a producer battle.
Yeah.
Because now with the stage, you could bring the artist out to perform the
That's
songs.
where it started at too, right?
It started
The
with
first
producer.
one was a producer.
It was-
Phone
it
battle,
was,
the best phone
Swizzy and
battle
Tim.
was T-Pain and Lil Jon.
Yeah, I like that one.
What they did
Yo,
on phones?
that was dope.
What they did on phones?
That's the first one I actually caught.
Right?
Yeah, that
Very
was on the
entertaining.
phone.
Give them boys a stage. Some of them boys.
Nah,
need to-
Lil
Some of
Jon,
them, they do
Lil
need to
Jon
run back.
need a stage. Lil Jon's actually in the club,
Yeah,
right?
some of them they need to run
Yeah,
back.
he's
They
actually in
need
the club.
T-Pain and John. They need to run. Some of them they just need to run back.
Like, Lil
Run
Jon
back.
is a character, man. Like you gotta have him on the stage.
Yeah,
We
some
have
of them they need to
rematches
run.
in boxing,
T-Pain
right?
is a character, huh?
I said we have rematches in boxing. Let's
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some
Some
rematches
of,
in the verses.
yeah, some of them they need to run back because of the phone thing.
Titty Boy say he still won his fade. He don't think Ross gave him the fade.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying? So
bro, Chains dropped
Titty
hit
versus
after
Ludacris.
hit after hit.
I'd like to see
Yeah.
Chains versus Ludacris.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
You know
that
what I
would
mean?
be.
There's other matchups we can. Let's get out of New York, man. Escape from New York like Kurt Russell. Let's get the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to L.A. I know Scarface challenged Ice Cube.
Oh,
But they
yeah, that'd
they
be
had a
really
unique
good.
thing to where they would play each other's music.
Yeah.
So like Scarface would play his favorite Ice Cube joints,
Oh, okay.
and Ice Cube would play Scarface's favorite
I like
joints.
that. That's cool.
I do
That's,
And
like
Scarface was like, "I'll kill you with your own catalog." Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even know your best song.
that's good.
So
That's
I thought
really
that
good.
would be a creative one.
That
Nah,
is.
it would be.
Yeah.
But what if they play? What if somebody gets strategic and he just plays all the bad shit?
It's a dub. It's an L.
Nah, but you would take the L yourself in that because you're picking it.
Yeah.
You're responsible for playing this damn song.
Yeah.
Just play happy like 15 times in a
That's
row.
it. That's it.
You don't like that? Clap along.
We might need to reconvene a Holocaust for that.
That's that
It's
joint.
like this.
It peaked like hell. No, that ain't-
Nah, I fucking hate that song.
hell, not in jail.
Like, do you think they could expand it though? Is verses just for rap? Do you see like you know? What
No,
I'm
I mean
saying?
they do.
I mean, but
R&B
like
stuff.
outside of R&B as
Oh,
well. Could you
I
do
heard-
like a
I-
rock
I-
band
I
versus
saw
a
it-
rock
no,
band
no,
or
I saw a,
country Blake. You know what I'm
I
saying?
saw a
Shelton versus
podcast
somebody?
with Cat Williams, and they asked him would he do a versus Kevin Hart.
He'll murder him.
He's smoking.
He'll mop his floor.
He was smoking.
You will finally realize Kevin Hart ain't as funny as you
Why?
think he is.
What is the beef with Kevin Hart?
He
like
gets paid
from
to
people?
yell. The man is on a commercial where he's just yelling.
There's no beef. He's just not.
Kevin Hart is
he's not an
fucking
all-time
hilarious. He is an all-time
He's
great.
situational funny.
Kevin Hart is top 5 stand-up of all
But
time.
who's not situational funny?
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Comedy is situational.
That is
Listen,
true,
listen.
But it's just not.
You can't. Kevin Hart is battling long. What's that word I'm looking for? Longevity.
He's a-
Longevity of staying at the top. Like
Victim
that,
of success.
that shit is hard to fucking maintain. Like you got to remember, like Dave Chappelle is on top now, right? But his first couple of stand-ups, nobody was fucking ranking him number 1, 2, 3. Like they were just okay. His best joke was the baby selling crack on the corner. Like, and that joke
Dave Chappelle
Baby.
became GOAT status
because
on
of the show.
The Chappelle
because
show.
of the show, not because of his stand-up. His last couple of years, his stand-ups have made him, and even then, it's more because of social issues, not
Yeah.
because of ha 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 ha. This is so hilarious.
But Kevin Hart can't hold a candle
Kevin
to
Hart
none of them
first
dudes, bro.
3 stand-ups were fucking classics.
I agree.
And then yes, he started to teeter off because
It's a victim of
who can
success.
maintain that shit?
You become a victim of your success, kind of like we say
Yeah.
with Drake. You don't have a competition, right? You become a victim of your success.
Kevin
He's
Hart's
been at the top for so long. I say situational funny because like his funniest shit to me was the last shit. I just went through a divorce. He was talking about that shit. I'm like, man, this shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Because I can relate to it so much. Like
I
Pink
think
says,
you're talking
you know what
about
I'm saying?
Feel My Pain. Was it Feel My Pain?
Feel
No,
My-
no,
the one he was in the living
The
room.
one, yeah, he was in the
Don't-
living room. That's
don't
the
fuck this
very
up.
most recent one.
Yeah.
Don't fuck
Like,
this one up.
When he was talking about his cheating
yeah, I
and
think it's
everything.
don't fuck this
yeah.
one up. Yeah.
That shit right there was just so relatable, and that's what makes comedians funny. But when you're at the top for so long, you become a victim of your success.
I still think Cat is.
He became a
Cat
victim of
is
success.
raw.
Quintessential.
Cat is raw. Cat is
Quintessential,
hilarious. Cat is funny. Cat is funny. But I'm gonna tell
Quintessential.
you now, his
Stand up.
Kevin Hart top 20 jokes versus Cat. That shit when he talking about his daddy and the long dick. Like Kevin Hart got some shit, man. You sleep. Like you take his top 20 jokes.
I'm gonna be
versus
honest
Cat
with you, bro.
Williams.
I
gonna
don't
be a
think that
battle,
whole that I don't think that aged well. That's not.
You gonna learn today.
Yeah, that joke.
Shit
That joke
lasted
went,
for.
that doesn't age.
But
didn't
that
age
was
well.
in
It doesn't
every
age
school,
well.
every office, every fucking like there. I can't remember a joke that was that big.
But
Like,
what
you
I'm
can-
saying is, you have to go back, and if you can't cry, laugh at that joke right now, it ain't the same.
you all go cry
know.
laughing at that joke. Probably not because you heard it a billion times. You know what I'm saying?
Even when I heard it, I didn't like die laugh.
You see that I don't like that because
Kevin Hart
that
made a
means
lot
you
of
don't like
call center
Kevin Hart the
comedians.
man. That's something you got beef with Kevin Hart.
Why I
the
got beef with somebody shorter
man.
than me?
You got beef with
The
Kevin Hart
stand
the
up,
man.
I think to go with what you're saying, the stand up that made me like really laugh was the one Feel My Pain, when he was talking about his
baby?
other he was like y'all got that homeboy that you got to take off Bluetooth when he call, and you know shit like that.
Yeah.
was a so fire on you, bitch.
Now I gotta sit at the table with the I ate ass face. You know what I'm saying? When the girl was like, you know what I'm saying, you eat ass. Like, hey, he got some shit, but I understand Cat Williams is a beast now. But what Cat Williams was saying was he has so much more. You know what I mean? And a lot of this shit is original, of course. You know, a lot of people know that Kevin Hart does have a couple writers. You know, his homeboy, the one that's on the team, is a writer. But a lot of comedians have writers. You know what I'm saying?
Eddie Murphy had writers.
What's her name? The guy who just passed. You know, he's famous for writing for Richard Pryor. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's just how that goes, man. But yeah, like you said though, verses and a lot of different things, that shit could get interesting.
You know, start flipping up for the genres. You know what I mean? Do it for the culture. That's my catchphrase.
Let's take a quick break, man, and come right back. You are on the bench with Bubba and Pink.
Yes, sir.
Pink, we might try to sneak a story in, man, before we get off.
I strongly suggest it.
Let's see if we can conjure up something. We'll be right back.
Hey Cameron, you the man, huh? You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it. This is it. This is it. It's crazy when I wake up, you be with the shits. Cutting up my clothes and I'm with a bitch. Yeah, I'm always gonna be wrong, so I take the hit. Man, I thought that we were grown, why you throwing fists? You been going through my phone, I put my phone down. I'ma leave your ass alone unless you slow down. You know I love you, but you jumping overboard now. I swear we toxic, but that pussy got control now. You say you love me, but can you prove it? Scratching on my bench, just won't do it. Yeah, I know that I'm your man, you acting stupid. First fuck, we fell in love, she called me Cupid. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it. This is it. This is it. She say you on that road, you better not fuck on me. Cause I'm here all on my own, don't need no company. You can't even jack your dick, you say that enough for me. And I'ma kill you if you eat a bitch's groceries. You think I'm stupid, I be all up on your gram now. All them groupies, all them hoes, you got some fans now. Just remember who I am, I always find out. She put a pistol to my dick and said it's mine now. She said it's crazy what you do to me, but I got bitches in my ear, come to scrutiny. I know we fuss and fight, I know you fuck me right. My heart was cold as ice, just love me, hold me tight. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it. This is it. This is it. You say you love me, but it's hard for you to take the hit. You say you love me, but it never seemed to be legit. Say you love me, go ahead and show me this is it.
Man, you say I fuck with you though, man. You just be with that fuck shit sometimes.
Strong physical activity is not right.
Yeah, I already know that, but it's just like, you know I'm your nigga, man. You gotta do all that for me.
But you just gotta show me.
You are back on the bench with Bubba and Pink. That was Brooke Shotta with Say You Love Me. That is on all streaming platforms. We are, of course, on all podcast streaming platforms. We are here with Mud TV on YouTube. You look them up, Mud TV. Alrighty. They are a good podcast, talk about sports, music, all of that good stuff. Alrighty. And, of course, we are Sports Music and Mayhem. Pink, the time has come.
For a story?
For the story of the week.
Thank goodness.
Now, listen, guys, of course, you know, we tell stories here on the bench. Try to do it weekly. Sometimes the time doesn't permit. Alrighty. Now, I told some good stories over the past that you can catch. A lot of them are on YouTube. And some of them we remixed because we told them on the radio.
Yeah.
But we haven't told them on this new platform, so there's no record of them. So we have to get those stories out. We can't just leave them out there.
Plus, we can go a little dirtier.
Yeah. We
the
can go a little
podcast.
dirty versus being on the radio. We can't,
Keeping it clean is
Yeah.
quite a challenge.
So of course I told a story about the failed train stories about how I kind of made it to the train station but didn't quite get on the train. College stories there. Told a story about how I got hit so hard in part 1 of football I doodled on myself. Yeah. Told a story about this girl that I was dating in college, right? She had stank cooch, so tried to have sex. Next day, still smelled same, maybe even worse.
Rough 24 hours.
After school, she went to the military. Now, she got married or engaged on wedding night. She was murdered. Don't know, it could have been because of that or not. Who knows? I'm not here to judge.
Bubba, 2 and 2 equals 4. It doesn't equal 5.
Alrighty.
We have our answer.
Alrighty. So, you can catch that story on YouTube as well for all of the details. Now, this week is a lighter story than that. A lighter story
We
than
have
that.
a lot of room for lightness after death.
I ran into a girl, right? But she's a younger, like really younger girl at a 7-Eleven, right?
R. Kelly time?
Listen. And she's of age now, but that has nothing to do with the story.
Oh.
Alrighty. But she was a teenager the last time I had saw her, right?
Okay.
Which was at a gym. So, in my most physical prime that you could think of, right? My freshman year of college.
That was
We
your
would
peak?
go. That was my peak, man. I was in shape.
You weren't getting laid, but you were in fine shape.
Oh man, we were hitting the gym twice a week, man. The girls, twice a day. The girls should have been on me, but they weren't. They lost.
There was a disconnect.
The one time I could go past 10 minutes. Now listen, so we would go to the gym, man, and play ball. Now the closest gym to the school was this, whatever they call it, the Boys and Girls Club or whatever. So a lot of kids would come in and out after school. So these boys, man, they were young, teenagers, man. Couldn't have been over, not even. I mean, they couldn't have been no more than 12, 13, whatever. And there were 5 or 6 of them. And we're coming in. Now, we're practicing because we have our own, what do they call that in college?
Intramurals?
Intramural basketball team,
Oh,
man.
okay.
We're hype. Now, on my team,
You guys practice for intramurals?
we were dead serious
I
about
think
this,
that
man.
was against the rules at FSU.
We were dead serious about this, man. We had 2 guys that played, football in high school, right? They were high recruits, but they just wanted to come to, they wanted to come to college and not play football anymore, man. Concussions, things like that.
What other
Then
school
we
could I
had-
bang a chick at a U-Haul?
We had another guy who played high school basketball. He was good in the Sarasota area. Then you had me. I'm just a good in shape guy. From Eatonville, man. Everybody from Eatonville can play basketball. So so we got this team, man, and we in there. Now, these group of boys, they're on the other side, but they're talking trash to us. You know what I mean? Yeah, play us. Yeah, come on, man. You guys, you know what I'm saying?
You
We
guys
over
were-
here.
You guys were dismissing them.
We're handling big boy stuff, man, over here. All right, leave us alone, please. And then they keep going and they're clowning us, and they have their little girls over there, almost like cheerleaders. Now they're talking shit to us too. Oh, y'all scared? This, that. And you know what I'm saying? And she was one of those girls. The girl I saw at 7-Eleven.
okay.
She was one of those girls. So we play those boys, right? We play those boys.
Gave into the pressure.
Gave into the pressure, man. We just having some fun, and we play those boys. Now, we're just chilling, man. We walking and just passing, and and they beating us, right? So, but they're talking so much shit, and the girls in the background, and stuff like that. So we started taking it more serious. So we lose the first game because we're bullshitting. So now we like second game. We're like, all right, we're gonna play for real. All right, y'all ready? We ready. And when I tell you that, like, these boys, they took it to another level. They took it to another fucking level, and there was nothing we could do with these guys. You understand me? And it's fine. These guys are now DeMar DeRozan and stuff. Like, that's what these guys grew up to be. I'm fucking sure of it, because there was nothing we could do with these guys, and they were talking shit at the same time, clean
That's
shit
awful.
too. Yeah, man.
Did the intramural team go into a tailspin after this beatdown?
It went into well, first of all, first of all, and this is a true story. So we did that, right, and we got whooped. We were fucking arguing and cussing each other out, and then we left the gym. Was like, yo, this is to never be talked about again. This is to never be talked about again, all right? Because, you know what I mean, this is just too damn embarrassing.
Let's put our beef aside and descend the cone of silence.
So we go into the intramural season, and we're doing okay, but it's like, you know, we had a couple, you know, guys rough around the edges, and so anytime shit would get dire, we would fight. Like, we had 2 games where we just got into fights. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we could start getting whooped, and you know, but we're good guys. We didn't fight the little boys though. We just got our ass whooped. All right.
That's freaking humiliating, man.
It is, man. It is. Have you ever lost to a inferior team?
Oh, in my coaching career, yeah. Rare, but it happens.
Rare, but it happens,
Yeah.
right? What about you guys, man?
I don't know if I have anything that can match the Pop Warner story.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that
The Drop Warner story.
I got hip checked by a female one time on the basketball court.
Really?
And
Hit checked by a female.
When I tell you, I wanted to cry how hard she was. And here was the thing.
Was she a big broad?
No, she was. Okay, I was like 14. She was like, if I had to think back, because she had a family full of hoopers. Like,
Okay.
They was called the Walkers. Their last name was the Walkers. So they was a family.
They were called the Walkers. Their last name was something completely different, but
Yeah, their last name was the Walkers. Yeah. So, but anyway, man. So they had a family full of hoopers, and they had a sister. So, you know, matchup wise, because I was the youngest on my team, and, you know, misogynistic, she was the girl, right? They matched us up. Man, chick had game, but one time.
That's always a dicey thing. Like, there's one chick at the court and you get matched up. Okay.
Yeah, so, but she was a baller.
Yeah.
Man, one day she hit me with one of them. And I was like, and then, so I wanted to do the whole, oh shit. But you know,
Yeah.
back in you know, late 90s, early 2000s, you ain't doing all that, right? So this was the thing though. She knew. She come over to me, just over to me. She go, "You straight?"
You good, homie?
She heard you whimper.
Cause she knew, like,
heard you
man, I
whimper.
got it.
Yeah,
And I was
she heard the whimper.
Yo, and I was a little bony jit too. You know what I mean? But I don't remember her name, but shout out to the Walker. Shout out to Jaywalk. I do remember Jaywalk. And the brother and the sister, man. I hope she went on to play next level because they was dope.
She's in the
they was
NFL
a dope
now.
balling family.
She's in the NFL.
She's like Sanaa Lathan, bro. She hit me with that joint.
That explains the limp now.
She said,
I
"You straight?"
understand. Explains the limp. Explains the limp.
She said, "You good?"
All right, then. Well, like I said, man, you're on the bench with Bubba and Pink. We have come to the end of the show. All righty, make sure you catch these guys on Mud TV on YouTube, Mud Podcast
Appreciate y'all.
on
Appreciate
all
y'all, man. For real.
social media. All righty, and we'll get with you guys. Pink,
Well, am I supposed to say something?
Fucking
you don't like when I say
hilarious.
any last words. You don't
Nah,
like that.
I don't.
Hilarious.
I'm not-
Like, let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm not preparing to die yet. I'm gonna hold those last words for another week. I don't know, man. I just,
It's so formal.
reflecting on my athletic career and just, glad I wasn't hip checked into oblivion by a chick or lost to a middle schooler that didn't have hair in his balls. I've lived a good life.
You lived a good life, man.
And if I don't make it to the next show, at least I didn't fall to those two things.
All right, then, man. We'll catch you guys next week.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.